but he's dead. And so I'm going to have to just interview myself. Well, excuse me. So I'm going to start off with some simple questions and move on from there if that's all right with you. So, Ted, tell us, how do you like being here in Texas? Oh, it's great. It's great. People are super nice. They're funny. They're pleasant. Also, the fans are great, and they really do say y'all here. They do, huh? Well, that's something. I certainly don't say y'all myself. I just say hi, y'all. I really wouldn't consider that much. But I am having fun, and I do love it here. Folks, hello. My name's Ted Raimi. For those of you who don't know me, thank you. It is great to be here in Texas. It's a wonderful, wonderful state. I thought I was, it feels like I'm in Canada. It's so big here. But in fact, it's just Texas. And I didn't know how green it was. You know, we don't see Texas as being green in California. We just see a lot of desert like in the movies, you know, but it's so green here, it's crazy. Are you all, first of all, raise your hand if you're all from Dallas.
Like 4.
Now, when you raise your hand, you're from Dallas, is it just me or are you supposed to go, woohoo, from Dallas, yeah? If you are, let's hear that. 1, 2, 3. Now I feel like I'm in Dallas. Now, who is not from here? Raise your hand. That's back. I'm from Canada. I'm from Montreal. Who is not from Texas? Raise your hand one more time. With the howl. Where are you from, Miss?
Me?
Yeah.
Montana.
You're from Montana. Oh, I will speak more slowly then. Don't you worry about a thing. Where in Montana are you from?
Bozeman.
Bozeman, Montana. Yeah. Bozeman, Montana. So you're in the only city in the whole state of Montana, aren't you? Kind of, yeah, a little bit. What do they do in Bozeman?
Just a bunch of college kids who just drink a lot. It's great.
That sounds like a fun time. Are you all, and this may seem stupid, but some people don't know, are you all horror fans? That guy came up to my table today and said, do you have any pictures of yourself in Star Trek? Okay. First of all, do you have anything that I can smoke that you're smoking? Number 1. Number 2, this is a horror convention. Number 3, I was never in Star Trek.
I think he's Brett Spiner.
The food here is awesome. It's awesome in Texas. I only got a small chance to, get outside this hotel. And incidentally, this hotel is hilarious. We are really in a horror movie in this hotel because there's no escape. You must eat at these restaurants. Both of them. All 1.5 of them. I don't think the other one's really a restaurant. It's just sort of like this place with plastic food on it or something. I do like the horror themed food upstairs. The horror dogs and the vampire burgers. It's awesome. That is really amazing. So I am here to answer any and all questions. Good ones, lame ones, definitely. Ones that you know, ones that you don't know. Let's get started on this sucker, because God only knows we're going to drag me away to somewhere else. So, who's got a question for me, first of all? Yes, sir, you hand up.
In Ash vs. Evil Dead, you have a drink called the Pink Fuck. Is that totally made up or based in reality?
None of your damn business. I'm not going to tell you that. No. In Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV show I'm on for Stars, my character is called Chet Kaminsky, and he drinks a drink called the... You saw it. I have one fan. Thank you. I drink a drink called the Pink Fuck, and people get very high on the TV show when they drink this. They do all kinds of crazy things. There really is a drink called the pink fog. It is a version of a ketamine drink. Ketamine, for those who don't know, is a real thing. It's a drug given orally to post-surgical patients, if you could take it. Now, med students in the 1970s figured out, who had access to this crazy crap, that if you take it in small doses, you get an out-of-body high experience. And that, if you take it in larger doses still, your mind flips over and you completely start to hallucinate, which they call the K-hole moment. Seriously, they do call it a K-hole. So, how do I know this? I just looked it up. But it is in the show, and yes, there is actually a drink called the pink fuck, which is basically a bunch of nasty booze with some ketamine in it. So it's crazy stuff. Who else has a question? Yes, you sir in the back with the devil on your shirt. What is that? Wait, that's like, what the hell is that on your shirt?
It's from a tabletop game called Warhammer.
So that's not just like a half-ass, like devil star thing?
No, it's the symbol of an evil rat god.
You really need to get your money back on that game right now. You got ripped off. What's your question?
I was wondering if you write your experience at Evil Dead 2 in the suit, the famous sweatsuit.
You want to know my experience in it?
Yes, sir, I've read it, but I'd like to look at your first game.
Oh, it sucked. It was a great experience, but it was one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life. When I did that, I was 20, and I didn't have a Screen Actors Guild card. Now, to get a Screen Actors Guild card, you have to do one of three things. First, you either have to come to set and be admitted as a professional extra 6 times. Alternately, you can have a line in a Screen Actors Guild movie or television show. Or 3, you can blow the producer. Number 1 and 3 weren't an option. So I chose the lines, and I thought that part was going to be the easiest thing I would ever do, to get into that monster suit. But it was like the Rommel campaign in Africa. It was non-stop bombardment and a constant retreat, but it was great. I really had a great time doing it, but it was really, really hard. We shot that in a tiny abandoned high school in Wadesboro, North Carolina. The temperatures in the school were about 90 in the summer, but in the suit, which was not air conditioned, was like 110, so it was rough. It was really rough. It sucked. It just sucked, but awesome. Who else has a question? Sir.
How did you wind up in Twin Peaks?
How did I wind up in Twin Peaks? Well put. I didn't sort of wind up in Twin Peaks. I don't know. I just auditioned. Honestly, I remember that day. I was reading for a school teacher. So I had like the corduroy jacket on and the elbow patches and stuff. And my agent went, "You need to go read for Twin Peaks." I said, "Yeah, but I'm dressed like a school teacher." I go, "What's the part?" They go, "Punk rock kid." I'm like, all right, so I walked in there, and there's actually punk rockers. They've got like buttons. In those days, they used Elmer's to make the spikes and stuff. It was hardcore, they had 100 nose rings and all that stuff. And I just went in and I read it, and I just got it. So I got lucky. I don't know how I got that. I shouldn't have happened. So you were right. It was a freaking miracle. Who else has a question? Anybody? Yeah, you.
What's your favorite Christie's episode?
Oh, so sorry. The hay fever here is, I'm like blocked up. What is it?
What's your favorite Christie's?
What?
Three Stooges episode.
My favorite Three Stooges episode? Probably Disorder in the Court, I would say, or A Hunting We Will Go. I both love them both. For those of you who don't know, you'll just have to watch them. They're inexplicable. I cannot tell you what happens, you just have to watch them. Yes, who else has a question? Anything I've done. Incidentally, for those of you who don't know me, I am, sorry, I'm answering those questions like you all do, maybe you don't. I've been in horror movies almost exclusively, sci-fi for about 30 years. I've been doing it for 30 years! Yeah, a long time. Most of you guys weren't even born yet when I started doing this stuff. Though I wasn't born yet when Wilford Brimley was doing this shit, so. And Wilford Brimley's here, isn't that awesome?
Yes.
How awesome is it? Do you have diabetes? You go get your blood sugar checked, you check it off. Don't fucking tell me what to do. The blood sugar check when I'm damn good ready to get it checked. Great nuts. It's the right thing to do. Oh, is it? That's the right thing to do? Isn't it like being good to your mom and like doing community service good? Why should I eat a bowl of grape nuts? Because Wilford Brimley told me to do that. Who else has questions? Anybody? Yes, you, miss.
What is your favorite role and why?
What is my favorite role and why? Oh, that's a good question. It is a good question. Hard to answer because it changes so frequently.
You've done so many. Great.
I have done so many. I'm a lucky guy. I really am. I would say that my favorite role, well, I think the most recent one, Ash vs. Evil Dead, has been my favorite at the moment. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It's also a good role because they pay on time.
Yeah.
And when you're an actor, that's like a big deal. Like a lot of companies just don't pay. Like I've done a bunch of movies where like the money just never came. So this is awesome working for like a legitimate company stars. You know? So that's kind of a great thing. Who else has a question? Anybody? Yes. You again. Number two. You're the only one who rose. Yes.
A role you turned away because you didn't like it?
Is there a role I've turned away that I didn't like? Oh yeah. A lot of them, more as I get older.
What stood out in your mind? What did you turn away?
Porn? For the most part, I mean, you can offer crazy stuff. I mean, I'm only half kidding, but yeah. I mean, there's stuff that's been really bad that people, you know, have pitched to me that I just cannot believe they have the balls to pitch to their families. How much is a professional actor? I got this idea for a movie, and in this movie, you're a weatherman, and he's up in his weather balloon, see? Okay, I'm picturing it. When a lightning strike hits him, and his equipment, and so the man and the weather balloon man's equipment get fused into one. See? So here you are, you're falling at 1,000 miles an hour, and you hit the ground, you pass out, 100 years goes by. And I'm like this. I mean, stuff like that. I'm serious, I'm not that far off from a bitch I got recently. It was crazy. But yeah, plenty. You turned down plenty. Sure.
You spent a long time playing Johnson.
With Johnson, sure. I heard one woo because it's a horror convention. I'll answer the other for you. Joxer is a character I played many years ago on this NBC show called Xeno Warrior Princess. So I did, but that was a long gig. That was like 6 years, that show. It was good. It was a nice kid show. It was fun. Wacky, goofy show. They let us do what we wanted to do. It was sort of the last days before sort of instant remote access for somewhere. Like you could call on a telephone back to Los Angeles from New Zealand where we shot the show to get notes from the writers. But it was a big hassle. Now, you know, you just Skype 2 seconds to get the writers through. But because the writers were unavailable, we would usually just improv a lot of that stuff, which would never happen today. Like now, never. You can't do that anymore. So those are sort of the golden days of comedy in that regard. I think, you know, they don't have that much anymore. But it was awesome to do. Lucy Lawless is amazing, and so was Renee O'Connor, and Adrienne was great as Lucy's stepdaughter, Olivia. So it was great. It was a great show, all in all. It was just fantastic. Who else has a question? Sure.
If you turned into a Deadite, how would you like to die?
If I turned into a Deadite, how would I like to die? With you. Yes.
I feel like I speak on behalf of all the fans that everyone's glad that Ash is back and Patrick's still dead.
Yes.
Oh, thanks. I thought you. Oh, there's a button there. Oh, yeah. I speak on behalf of all the fans, and we like you in the show, but really get the fuck out.
I'm wondering, does that mean we'll ever see Ash come back on the big screen, or at some point, or is this pretty much, what's it called, the high point for Ash?
You're asking the wrong guy. But I appreciate your question. I don't know. There may or may not be another Evil Dead movie, but basically the TV show you're getting now is the movie. That basically is the movie. You're getting I guess technically a 5-hour movie every year.
Yeah.
That's what you've gotten so far. So there's been like 2 5-hour Ash movies, so your eyeballs can explode with Ash Williams for, half an hour every week, if you want to. So, yeah. That. Sir.
How did it compare putting the suit back on?
How do I what? What'd you say?
In Ash versus Evil Dead.
Sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question. How do I, what? I heard, how do you like to know him? Sorry, you said.
What was it like putting the Henrietta suit back on?
Oh, what was it like putting the Henrietta suit back on? It was very hard, but I thought it was going to be a lot easier. But it wasn't. It was really hard. I mean, because when I first put it on years ago, I was like 20. Well, you don't care. You don't think you're going to die at 20. That's why 20-year-olds make the best soldiers in the world. They have no regard for their morality or mortality or anyone else's mortality. So now that 30 years later, I'm like, a little trepidatious, but I'll do it. So I get in the suit, and it's still fucking hard. It was awful. I was like half passing out. It was really rough. You're blind. It was no easier. But Rob Tapert, the producer from the first movie, was there. Bruce Campbell was there. So all 3 of us together made it okay. But it was challenging. It was definitely challenging. And the technology hasn't really changed. It's a rubber suit. That's all it is. Who else has a question? Sir.
You had to play CSTSD next to Jonathan Brandis, Rick Schreier, as well as Michael Ironside. How was it working with such fabulous cast on that show?
Oh, it was great working with those guys. He's talking about an old TV show I did called Sequest DSV. It's an old TV Spielberg show about a submarine in the future. And we worked with a lot of actors, including Roy Scheider and Michael Ironside. It was great. Jonathan Brandis, they were all phenomenal actors, and I was very lucky to sort of cut my teeth as a kid with those guys. Especially Michael Ironside. He was a great teacher to have, He's one of the great gruff voiced actors, And Michael was like that when he wasn't acting, he just has a gruff voice. Morning, Ted. How are you? Good. Good. You okay? We're having the best morning of my damn life. Who else has a question? Anybody? Let's you.
What's your favorite Evil Dead movie?
My favorite Evil Dead movie. Hey, really put me on the spot today. This is challenging.
He's really good.
I like them all for different reasons. Now that sounds like a trite way to try to avoid your question, which it wasn't, but I do. I like Evil Dead 1 for its rawness, Evil Dead 2 for its updated remake of the first one, which essentially it is. And I like Evil Dead 3 because it's the only Evil Dead show in existence you can take your kids to see. Like if you have kids, they probably won't have too many bad nightmares. Probably. They'll have a few. There's some stuff, there's some demons popping out of the ground, and I think, but mostly it's pretty PG, It's like watching a Sinbad movie. Telling you, oh, here's no salt, Sinbad, take 10 of them. There's that music's even in there. This isn't Evil Dead, it's the grand adventures of, Captain Swashbuckler, but it works great. That's why I like them all for different reasons. Yes, anyone else? Yes, you.
When you work with Sam, how does that go? And do you get to kind of be a part of the whole process and kind of add your 2 cents, or do you kind of just let him do his thing?
Oh, did you hear her question? Her question is, when I work with my brother Sam on movies that he directs, do I get to put my 2 cents in, or is it just sort of more of a standard acting experience?
Yeah, how is it when you
How is it? Well, it's fun. I mean, it's a collaborative actor-director experience, like any other actor-director experience. It's very nice, and it's all the same. You know, it's exactly like working with any other director. There's really no difference. I guess I know him quite well, and so we didn't grow up together after all. And so I think I have an advantage just in that I know what he finds funny or what he's looking for a little more intuitively, perhaps, than other actors might. But other than that, it's just the same. You know, it really is. And he's a fine director, so they're always good work on his pictures. You know. And the other thing about Sam too, as far as acting is concerned, he's often credited frequently for being a very good sort of auteur sort of guy, but he actually is really good with actors too. And he's very, very good at moment-to-moment work, which is rare to find with a director that's typically visually oriented. You know, so who else has a question? Anyone over here? This is quiet. This is like the quiet side of the room. This is a rowdy side of the room. This is the quiet side of the room. Yes, you're you. Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering, what was it like working on The Grudge and working with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Oh, what was it like working on the movie The Grudge, and what was it like working with Sarah Michelle Gellar? The Grudge was great. I hardly spoke a word of Japanese, and which was unfortunate because we shot it in Japan, a place where Japanese comes in very handy. Excuse me. You have to follow Japanese customs to shoot in a Japanese studio with a Japanese crew. What are those customs? Same things you see in the movies. You have to remove your shoes before you enter the soundstage. And I was like, really? I take my shoes off? Isn't there like heavy boards and like nails and shit like that? Well, if I take my shoes off, I might like get a nail through my foot. So then what happens? You take me to a hospital. It's like, well, that makes sense. I mean, but to be fair, those studios that I worked in Tokyo were the cleanest studios I've ever seen in my life. There wasn't anything to step on. It was unbelievable. And the crew, the amazing thing is the crew, they were hauling, grips. A position of a grip is a guy that moves set pieces.